All right, crew, you guys ready to practice the slalom? All right, here we go. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be practicing in a parking lot. Now, American parking spaces usually are 10 feet wide. In the CBT test, it's a 15 foot. I did the math, some meters, I don't really know, a bunch of weird stuff, but each one is roughly 10 feet. Now, 15 feet is what I need to be using, so obviously you need to use one and then half of the next space. But we're gonna practice with 20 feet because we're still learning. We're still learning how to practice. We're still learning how to do everything, so we're gonna be doing that. If you don't have cones, get yourself a tennis ball, cut it in half. Now you got cones. Simple as that. I have cones, so I'm not gonna use this right here, but definitely pretty easy when it comes to a parking space. You can go ahead and easily do that, make sure nobody's around, and be safe, wear full gear. So let's go ahead and start doing this. Let's go ahead and talk about it and what you need to learn how to do. I'm gonna make my way to you, just real quick. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice going in between each cone, around each cone, like in a little S, bunch of S's. Now, when you do that, you need to turn your handlebars, depending on how fast you're going. We're gonna be going about 5 miles an hour, but you need to turn your handlebars. Now remember, let's go and turn you off real quick. Now remember, the bike is the thing riding. You are the passenger to the bike, but you wanna dance with the bike. Dance with the bike. Be its little nimble partner. So don't be afraid to be like this. Don't be afraid to move around on the bike. Look, it's not falling, nothing's happening. Don't be afraid to do that while you're moving 5 miles an hour. Get used to wanting to dance. Feel like you want to dance. Now, when it comes to the slalom, you're obviously going to have to turn and turn and turn and turn. You notice how where my eyes went? They were straight. They were going to the horizon. Keep your eyes to the horizon. If you look down at the cone, you're going to turn towards the cone and you're going to hit the cone. Okay, so don't look at the cones. Use your peripheral vision to see the cone. Use your very strong, focused eyes to look forward, peripheral vision to look at everything else. Trust yourself. Practice. You'll understand what I mean. So get out to the parking lot. So let's go ahead and do the first few ones. We'll go ahead and use this camera so you can see what I'm doing up here. We'll use that camera so you can see a wider angle. Let's start at the beginning. Now, like I said, this is a little bit more space than what the test allows, but you can always shrink them in. Start off big. If it's too easy, shrink in the cones, shrink in how much you're gonna do. So first off, I'm gonna show you how it's done. So nice and easy. Look straight ahead, move the arms, dance with the bike. That's as simple as that. It's easier said than done though, huh? And now, I know some of you guys are able to do this no problem, and some of you are having a little bit of an issue. Do not worry. This is a skill that is easily taught. Okay, so what I did there, and I'll go ahead and explain what I'm doing during each little turn. I'm gonna try to do it as slow as I possibly can and exaggerate what I'm doing. But basically what I'm doing is I'm looking straight the whole time. I can see all these cones within my peripheral. I'm looking that way, and I'm just dancing with the bike. Dance with the bike. Don't look down, don't look at that. Dance with the bike. So let's try it again. I'll try to go as slow as I can. So dance with the bike. Move in the handlebars. Move in the handlebars. Move in the handlebars. Dance with the bike. You gotta move those handlebars, guys. Now, how am I going so slow? How am I going so slow with this? Well, I'm playing with the clutch. Now, I talked about friction zone and how to play with the clutch in a previous video, so double check that video if you don't know what the friction zone is. But what I'm doing is I'm keeping it towards the friction zone. So I'm moving a little bit, friction zone. So I'm keeping it towards the friction zone, and I'm giving a little bit throttle when I feel like I need it. But what I'm doing is that main thing is focus and dance with the bike. Just dance. Do this. I want you to do this. Just dance with the bike. I'm leaning a little bit, leaning a little bit. Play around with your bike. So try to make it nice and smooth. Now, a lot of people like to go super close and they're like, crap. And they're like staring at the cones like, crap. That could be an issue. Don't do that. Use up as much space as you can. Dance with it. When you get tense, you're not gonna be able to slalom very well. This is to show you how relaxed you really are. So get a little bit wider. Get a little bit wider. Dance with the bike. Dance with the bike. Dance with the bike. Don't be afraid to move those handlebars. This is really a confidence course. This is really a confidence exercise to show you what you can and can't do. It's to show yourself that. So move the handlebars, dance with the bike, dance with the bike, dance with the bike. Now, when you get quicker and quicker and quicker, you can always shorten them up. But right now we're practicing with 20 feet. It's a little bit wider than the, I believe it's 10 meters that is on the CBT test. And once you feel comfortable, move to the next thing. So dance, 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 dance. That's it. Now let's go over some little tips that I learned that really helped me out to maintain how loose I am. For one, you need to understand the fear of dropping your motorcycle. You're not going to drop it. And if you do, you're in a parking lot. You're going 5 miles an hour. Don't worry about it. You damage your bike, it can be repaired. But you need to get over that fear. You really need to get over that fear of dropping the bike. Now, one thing I did was I scooched up. I got a little closer to the handlebars, so I'm able to get the center of gravity and just dance. If I was sitting back like this, it's a little bit harder to do that. So maybe scoot up a little bit, lean forward a little bit, and dance with the bike. Play with the handlebars. Guys, the bike does not want to fall down. It does not want to fall down. It wants to stay up. Everything you do will make the fall down, or make it fall down, okay? So if you put in bad inputs, if you like yanked it with like full clutch pulled in so there's no power to the rear wheel and you just gun it, you're gonna fall down. Or you hit the brakes, you're gonna fall down. If you just let the bike run and go straight, it's gonna go straight. It's not gonna fall down until it runs into something, okay? So every negative input you do will cause a negative outcome. Put in some positive inputs, play with the bike, dance with it, have a little bit of fun with it. It's gonna do it. It's the perfect dancing partner. Play around with that. Set up some cones, set up some tennis balls, go to a parking lot just like this. Make sure there's nobody around so you're not having to deal with traffic. And just do this. Nice, easy slalom. Nice and easy slalom. It's a lot of fun, and it gets you kind of in the mode with the bike. It gets you kind of moving with the bike, okay?